My kids are gone. I have no purpose in life. I don't know who I am. Who am I? What am I supposed to be doing? I miss them so much. False. I do not miss them. Mended light. How do you help your parents if they've got empty nest syndrome? What is it? Okay, so first of all, empty nest syndrome, your kids leave and you're sad about it. That's the short version, right? And you would think they would be happy. I think I'm gonna be happy. I love my kids, but I can't wait till they're gone. And people say, you're gonna miss these days. I'm like, nope, taking tons of pictures and videos. I'll be able to relive it, and then we're moving on. But some people really struggle with this, and I very well may. I know my mom, this was devastating for her. For my dad, I think it was okay. I think he was fine with it. But if your folks are experiencing this, it's not just sadness, it's the loss of purpose. For, generally a couple decades. If you have a kid or two, it's at least 2 decades. Your life, your role, your purpose, your identity is at least partially molded by the fact that you're a parent, right? Determined by, I identify as a parent. When people ask me about myself, I go, I'm a husband and a father, right? It's a big deal. And so much of the daily grind, so much of your planning, so much of your strategy, so much of what you live for is getting people to soccer practice, helping them with their homework, helping them with, when they're teenagers, with their heartache, with the dating scene, right? Helping them understand their sexuality, helping them prepare for the real world, helping them with conflict resolution, helping them to tie their shoes, to brush their teeth, to wipe their own bums, right? All of this becomes who you are. And for a lot of people, I think actually Alicia and I are probably going to have some empty nest syndrome. We're anticipating that we won't, but I think we will. Because it's also kind of lonely. If you're a single parent, now you're solo. If you've got a partner, you're used to being more than one person, now it's just the two of you. In my mom's case, I remember my siblings all got married, and then I left for a couple years, and then came home. And when I came home, she started really mothering me. And I'm like, I've been on my own for a couple of years. I'm here for a few months before I go to college, but I'd lived in a foreign country for a couple of years. And I remember she was wanting to make sure that I was wearing a coat. And I'm like, Mom, it's Arizona, and it's 70 degrees outside. Don't need a coat. That was when I realized, because she kept pressing for me to wear that damn jacket, and it was 70 degrees outside in Arizona. That's when I realized, oh, this isn't about me wearing a coat. This is about her holding on to this last remaining shred of what has defined her for 30 years, which is being a mother. It was hard for me because I wanted her to treat me as an adult who paid his own bills and had his own job and had his own life and was able to take care of himself. But for her, she needed someone to take care of. And she missed the connection, because there's a connection that comes from taking care of people. Your parents, you may find them hovering even more than when you lived there. Or if you're still living there, but you're paying rent and you think they should just okay, I'm now a tenant, why are you treating me like a child? It can be a struggle seeing their anxiety, trying to figure out what their life is going to be about, what their focus is going to be, what connections are going to matter most to them, who they are. And in some cases, there are marriages that use parenting as a crutch. They could divert their energy and focus and distract themselves with their kids. And now they just have to realize, oh, it's just the two of us and our marriage isn't as strong as we thought it was. And we need to focus on us. And they don't know how to do that. It can be scary. Some people stay together for the kids, and then the kids are gone, and they divorce and they split up, and now they got especially empty nest syndrome. There are people who don't struggle with any of this. There are people for whom they transition very easily. But what do you do if your parents aren't? If they're clingy, if they're overprotective, if they're blowing up your phone, if they're leaning on you because they don't really have a life anymore? The first thing is to stay connected. The worst thing you can do is brush them off. Fact is, they dedicated so much of their time, their energy. They gave you the best years of their life. They really did. From when I had kids to the time my kids leave, that would have been prime time for me to do anything. And physically, I'm already not what I was before. Your parents gave you the best years of their life. So even if it's annoying, stay connected. But number 2, draw healthy boundaries. You don't want them blowing up your phone every single day? Okay, tell them that. I'd love to talk every Sunday. Or I'd love to talk a couple times a week. Here are the days and times. Or once a month. Whatever it is. Stay connected, but then encourage them to build other connections. The fact is, when you become a parent, a lot of your friendships get put on the back burner. A lot of your family relationships with your own siblings, with your own parents, with your own cousins may not be as strong because you don't have the time for it anymore. So it may be time for them to reinvest in those relationships that are pre-existing or to build new ones. The third thing is to encourage them to reconnect with other loved ones or to build new relationships. The fourth thing, help them to accept the timing. This was always going to happen, right? you are always going to move on. And that the fifth thing is to transition. Your relationship's going to look different now. I loved this, by the way, and I think my parents did too. The more of an adult I became, the more we shifted to a peer relationship. They could breathe a sigh of relief that I was taking care of my own bills. Today, and in today's economy, that may be 22 or 21 or whatever, or it's different case by case, or maybe you live at home, in which case it's not empty nest syndrome, but you still want them to treat you like an adult, and you should be paying them rent. There's a whole lot of other things, but it's got to transition. And they may not be the ones to draw the boundary. Some parents are great at that. My mom used to say, once you're 18, I did the best I could. Other parents want to be neck deep in how you make your decisions and what you choose to do with yourself all the way into your 20s and 30s and beyond. In other cases, you may need to be the one to draw that boundary. You may need to be the one to say, hey, this can't look the way it used to look. When I was a kid or when I was a teenager, things are different now. So let's talk about how it's going to look and what we're going to do. How often are we in touch? What do finances look like? Are they still helping you, or are you completely on your own, right? And how much they're helping you financially also determines, if they're helping you financially, they get some level of buy-in in your decisions. I'm sorry, they just do. The best way to be completely independent is to move out and to pay for your own life. And if you can't do those things right now, then you need to accept that in their house, it's their rules, right? Because even if you're a rent-paying tenant, that's how apartments work. They have rules. The sixth thing is to encourage them to find a new purpose, to create a new purpose. And ask them questions like, what have you wanted to do that my existence has kept you from doing? Now's the time to do it, to get back involved. You're not too old, it's not too late. A lot of people in this stage have dreams that they feel like it's too late for. So encourage your parents when it comes to going back to school or pursuing that degree or pursuing that career or developing that skill or hobby. Remember how when you did sports or when you did drama or when you did debate or whatever you were involved in, they supported you, they were here for you, they encouraged you and supported you. It's time to give that back because they have fears too. And they could use the reassurance. And if you're adults and your peers now, even though they'll always be your parents, if you're peers, then it's time to start acting like a peer. And peers and friends are there for each other and help each other solve their problems and help each other find solutions and encourage each other in pursuing their dreams. If you're struggling with what we talked about today or literally anything else and you'd like some extra support, you can meet with a member of our team. There is a link for a complimentary 15-minute discovery call in the description for this video. Until next time, keep shining because we need your light. I'm Jonathan Decker with Mended Light Licensed Therapist, signing off. Oh, look at that. It's the other Mended Light video I was telling you about. That's what I'm going to do with my time. I'm going to watch myself because I'm a narcissist. But you should watch just because it's helpful.